This video will show you how to remove the stock front and rear shock and leaf spring on 2016 and newer Tacomas.
All right, now we just need to take our skid plate off to access our front diff bushings. So what we're gonna do is remove 4 12mm bolts going all the way around, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. All right, now there needs to be 2 bushings put on the front control arm bushings, some spacers. In order to do that, you will need to take out this support bracket right here. There's 4 17mm bolts holding it in. And as you can see, ours is already cut. What you need to do is measure and cut with a reciprocating saw and just notch this out so it gives you enough clearance. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our bolts out for our front diff bushings. So it's gonna be a 22mm head, 19mm nut on top, which is gonna be pretty hard to see, but just grab a 19mm wrench and you can hold that. All right, so now we're gonna get our supplied hardware. We're gonna get our new supplied bolt, put our flat wash over. We're gonna reuse our big washer that goes over our bushing. Slide that through. Get your spacer, put that in between the subframe and the diff mount. And then on top, you're gonna have a flat washer and then the supplied nut. Just get that on there hand tight and then do the same thing for the other mount. All right, now we're just gonna tighten them up so it's a 19mm head and a 19mm nut. So just grab your impact and your wrench and tighten them down. All right, let's do the same thing for the other one. All right, so now we have to remove our stock control arm. So we need to remove our bracket here, our ball joint nut here, and then our bolt up here that holds on our upper control arm. All right, so we're gonna grab a ratchet and 10mm socket and take off our bolt that's holding on our bracket. Put the bracket off to the side for now. All right, now we're gonna take our cotter pin out of our ball joint nut. It should be clipped in on the back. This one just slipped out. But if you need to, just need some use some needle nose pliers. All right, now we're gonna grab our impact and our 19mm socket and loosen our nut for our upper ball joint. We're not gonna take it off all the way yet. We're gonna loosen it with a hammer. Smack a hammer right here. All right, now that that's loose, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift up on our knuckle, take our nut all the way off, and then we're gonna use our hanger tool and just hang our knuckle onto our frame here so it doesn't pull tension on the brake line. All right, now I'm gonna grab my clip removal tool and I'm gonna take out a couple push pins right here and here, just to help us get access to our bolt. All right, now we're gonna grab 2 19mm wrenches and loosen our bolt and our nut here. We're gonna take our nut and our washer off the back, and then we will need to pull our bolt out forward. You will see here where our fender liner is a little bent up. You will need to manipulate that so you can get the bolt all the way forward because it is a bolt that reaches the entire length. So it needs to go all the way forward to come out. All right, we'll see it does go behind. Just hold on to the washer and just fish the bolt through. All right, we just leave the bolt there for now. Just grab the control arm and keep a hold of your washer. All right, now before starting the rear, what you're gonna wanna do is support the rear axle with pole jacks while the vehicle is in the air. All right, now in the rear, we're gonna start with taking off the e-brake cable bracket on the side, just one 12mm bolt holding it onto the leaf spring. All right, now we're gonna take off our top shock mount. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a 14mm ratcheting wrench and a 5mm wrench to hold the top. Take off our nut, our washer, and then our top bushing. All right, now we're going to take out our lower shock bolt. It's a 17mm head and 17mm nut. Take off the nut and the washer. Pop the bolt out. All right, and you take your whole shock out. All right, now we're gonna take our bolts out for our mounts for our leaf springs. So we're gonna take this lower bolt out. We're gonna just loosen this one up, and then we're also gonna take the front bolt out. So they're all 19mm hardware, so 19mm ratchet and wrench. All right, we're just gonna loosen this one. All right, now we can take the front bolt out. All right, now we're gonna take our nuts off for our U-bolts. So they are 19mm, so we're gonna grab our impact and 19mm socket. All right, then we just pop our U-bolts off and our bump stop. All right, now we're gonna move our leaf spring out through the front. Just squeeze it in between the axle and the e-brake cable. All right, once you get that out, you can just repeat the same thing for the other side.
Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.